Christian, get a new intro. This one's a classic, but it's getting old though. Christian, this is like 6 years old. You need to update it. You need to change it ASAP and throw it in the pit. Like and comment, Christian, get a new intro if you agree.
What is going on, guys? Rebel Beats here with Devil Girl herself, Sondra. And today we're actually door dashing, aren't we? But the only time that was available was 9 o'clock, so we're sitting here for what, like 30-40 minutes now?
An hour.
So we're going to have to sit here for an hour. It is currently 7:57. So we're going to be stuck here for an hour until it allows us to actually dash. So I figured, well, might as well make a video out of this. You have a pop socket, Christian, use it.
You got a phone thing right here. Can Christian use it?
That boy is Benny Hanna.
You talking smack? Anyways, so I figured I would share with you guys a couple of bad experiences that me and her both have had working DoorDash, and just like the people in general on DoorDash, how
Not people on DoorDash, but the
just
businesses.
the businesses. Currently, our favorite business to go to is either McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, or Carolina Ale House, because the delivery aren't that far usually.
And Taco Bell. Taco Bell's pretty good.
Taco Bell's pretty good. I have not had any problems with Taco Bell. But basically with McDonald's, all you have to do is give them an ID number, and they give you, your food and stuff like that. But there was a time I don't live there so I can say it, in North Charleston, basically this one woman made our day a living hell. So we get there, and usually me and her are pretty used to like attitude towards us as being Door Dashers, because we've already had few experiences with Wendys. I'll make a whole video.
It's coming up soon. There'll be a part 2 to this.
I'm gonna make the top 5 worst experiences I've had, but I just want to talk to you guys about what it's like doing DoorDash. Anyways, so we pull up, we try to give her the ID. Now I was like, hey, I'm with DoorDash. She's like, you still gotta order. I'm like, okay. She's like, so what's the order? I'm like, I can give you the ID number, because usually with McDonald's that's how it goes. You're supposed to give them the ID number, not order for the customer. But for this reason, she wanted us to order for the customer. And I'm like, I can give you the ID. She's like, what do they have? And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, here, up on my scale of anger. So calmly, she took over for me, because she knew I was getting really pissed off. Because I can't stand disrespect, especially.
And then they only had 4 drinks. It was sweet tea, lemonade, water, or high C, or Gatorade.
So I had to call the customer.
So then we had to call the customer,
Find out what they wanted.
and she told us to pull out of the line. After 30 minutes of fucking waiting in line to order her food, we had to pull out of the line. Just for 5 seconds to call her.
And this ain't the first time it's happened. It happened at Wendys too. So we did that.
Was at Wendys.
I'm talking about McDonald's. Anyways, we're gonna actually get our heads together and actually make a whole video. But basically, with this experience, it was McDonald's, and she would not accept the ID number.
Oh, you're talking about the one from last night? Okay, I thought we were talking about a completely different
Yeah, we have a lot of experiences on this. Basically, we had to order for the customer, had to wait there just for them to. We had to re-say the order back again at the window. And finally we got the food. I was like, it's easier because there's an ID number that we could have gave you. But I guess someone didn't like that idea. Anyways, if you're going to be working DoorDash, expect to be waiting for a while with doing orders, because if you're doing them in the day, you get an order and then you have to wait around 30
to an hour.
To an hour just to get an order. We found out that actually the best time to go is at nighttime.
And make sure you are prepared for anything.
Yes, always be sure to prepare yourself, whether you have pepper spray, a knife, taser, anything, just to protect yourself.
If you have a concealed carry, if you're over 21, make sure you have your concealed carry.
You will definitely need it, because people are crazy out there, and You know,
And
just
make sure you have good ass insurance too.
yeah, make sure you have insurance in general.
Depends on where you're living though.
Because we've seen a horrible accident. Basically, just be prepared for anything. Make sure you have your insurance. Make sure that you have enough money to justify the means. Like, you're gonna be spending a lot on gas. No matter what car you drive, no matter, you know, where you're going, you're gonna be spending a lot on gas. So just make sure that you get that sorted. Make sure you have like a budget for your gas and everything else like that.
And try not to go out to eat a lot.
Yeah, that also weighs on the expenses.
And try and do the higher orders instead of the lower orders.
Tip I got from another person who said this, but always try to do $1 per mile. Never, if it says like it's $7 for 14 miles,
Decline it.
you don't have to accept that. DoorDash gives you the choice for a reason. You don't have to accept it. It might drop down your acceptance rate. Don't worry about that. That's just them trying to figure out.
Yeah, they just want to know how many orders you have and what you're gonna accept and what you're not gonna accept. Like, I think one night we got a $20 order and then we had to decline it because
of the accident.
Because we got there was a really bad accident.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about like high speed collision type accidents, staying there for 2 hours because we were the sole witness type of accident. But other than that, just make sure that you are always aware, because there are people on the road that do not know how to drive. So you could be just delivering your order and all of a sudden someone runs a stop sign or a stoplight and just wrecks into you. Just remember to always be vigilant, especially at night. I know nighttime might be the best time because you get orders after orders, but just be mindful of the people on the road.
Yes. And animals, critters,
Deer, no matter where you live, just always be on the lookout for those.
or like Nick says, kangaroo.
I was actually thinking of kangaroo while editing this video. I was going to type also kangaroo if you're Australian. I was in the car with some people a while ago and we nearly did hit some kangaroos. It was night and like a highway or freeway. I don't know what it was. There were 2 kangaroos. We nearly hit them. Okay, back to the video.
If you're in Australia, look out for kangaroo. I'm sure Nick liked that one, didn't you? And always, this is a tip that no one taught me. I had to find this out for myself. If you just started DoorDash, set up your fast pay immediately, because we made the mistake by setting it up after the week was over. And we're like, oh shit, fast pay's a thing. No one told me this. So I went to go set it up.
And you have to wait 7 days.
You have to wait 7 days.
For fast pay.
And I'm like...
Or you have to wait 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 business days.
I got lucky. My bank only takes about 2 days to transfer my money, but I know Chime...
And depends on your bank. It can take even longer.
I know a lot of people have had trouble with Chime, whether they have not received their money, or maybe like her friend where it's still stuck in that account but cannot be accessed. So if you have I have a credit union, so I get mine about 2 days after it's posted, or I just use FastPay now because it's a lot more convenient than, you know, because it is a $2 charge for FastPay, but at the end of the day, you're getting your money immediately. So it's not that bad of a trade-off. And be mindful of restaurant workers. You will get a lot of attitude, but remember just to, you know, do your best just to try to get the order out and then go. I know a lot of people have not a lot of patience as I do. I'm looking at her when I say that. Not a lot of people have the amount of patience I do. So if she was in charge, she probably would have cussed out half of these people already. But
I've already called corporate on 3 of them.
Well, they deserved it. Those places, you'll find out in the next video. I'm gonna make a top 5 worst experiences I've had. But just be mindful of the attitude that you're gonna be given, especially late night when it's busy.
And make sure you have a good temper and that you have patience. Because
Yes.
it takes a lot of patience.
At the end of the day, remember it's about the customer. The customer's order is everything. Just get out of there.
Always be ready to problem solve.
Always. Even if you can't find the apartment, remember you can always call the customers. Always text the customer to try to find out.
And even if you go past your time, make sure you just message the customer and say, hey, we're running a little bit late. It's pretty backed up here. That's what we always do.
We always text the customer if we're like in a line.
Yeah.
At like anywhere that's busy. We always try to text the customer to let them know, hey, we're stuck in line.
And just make sure they don't have, like, they need anything extra, like napkins, forks and spoons.
That always goes a long way.
Sauces, ketchup, things like that.
And remember to double check the orders. Remember to be very vocal with your customer and always ask the merchant if they have gotten everything in the bag. If they say yes, some of them you can't look in because they have that sticker on it. But if you can look in the order and check it, do that. That way, you know, you're protected. That way they won't give you a bad rating or anything like that. So you're protected, so you get all your bases covered, and that way you don't have to worry about all the petty bullcrap that happens. Also, be ready to talk to customer support if you go to a restaurant and it's closed, because we have done it 3 times.
Yes, and they always make you talk to customer support. You do still get the tips that comes with it. It's
like
not going to be as much. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, depending on how far you're driving. But you always have to talk to customer support, no matter what.
I find that weird though, even though it's like they don't trust me that it's closed. But basically, when it's closed, all you gotta do is, you know, report it as closed, call the customer, make sure they know. Please, do not, if the store is canceled, do not cancel the order without telling the customer. I have been on the opposite end of this, because I was sitting at my work, I ordered from McDonald's, and then I had to actually call DoorDash themselves. I'm like, what the hell happened? My order got canceled. And they're like, well, the store was closed. I'm like, I mean, the Dasher could have called me. So remember to always call your customer, be vocal with your customer, and a lot of times they're very appreciative. I haven't had a bad customer yet. The only problems I've actually ran into were merchants, because a lot of the customers will be like, leave at my door. Like 9 times out of 10. How many times have you gotten to leave at my door?
Probably about 10.
Yeah, like a lot of the times it's just gonna be leave at my door, especially during this whole Corona thing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's easy. All you gotta do is just drop off the order, take a picture, and leave.
Also, you're gonna want one of these.
Cloth mask.
You're also gonna want one of these, because a lot of the stores will not let you in if you do not have a mask. So just make sure to always have one in your car. Charger. You always want to have a charger. But remember, always have a charger. You know what I mean? Me and her, you don't have to do this, but a lot of times me and her we'll get a lot of straws from like a gas station or something,
or napkins,
and we just put them in here just in case like the restaurant forgets to give the customer any straws or napkins. We always have it as a backup. That way, you know, the customer isn't like,
well, how am I supposed to drink this?
Thankfully, we always keep straws and everything. But a lot of this is really good. I mean, you can make up to about $100 a night if you're really trying. You can make up to like what do we make? 116 in one night.
Yeah, you can make from, depends on what times you work and how late you want to be out or how early you want to be out. You can make between $65, maybe even $70 the most, to 116 in one day.
But
so it just depends on how busy your area gets. Like, we know during the daytime and where we're at, it's not that busy, but during the nighttime, around 8 o'clock
is where it hits.
It starts going pretty good. But also you gotta look at the peak pay too. Peak pay is an important part in this. It can range from $1 to $4 to $3 to even $10, but it adds on to your tip. So even if, let's say your tip's like $10 and they have a $5 peak pay, that's $15 tip. So you got to think of that too, of how many mileage are you going. If you're going 15, then great, you get an extra tip. But sometimes, like, ours doesn't do that. It already adds on to the tip. So even if it's a $10 tip for
checkers
11 or 12 miles, we still decline it.
Yeah.
Because it's not worth it.
Also, do not go rushing to an area just because you see a peak pay. We have learned the hard way. When we get there, all of a sudden, there's no peak pay.
Also, check the time. Always check the times. It doesn't hurt to go into the app just to see, hey, is there a peak pay? What time does it end? Just to see, well, what time are we working? Like, we have a $3 peak pay right now that ends at 9, which we start at 9 anyways. And it just, you can go ahead and finish this.
That's cool. But another thing that not a lot of other DoorDash YouTubers are actually saying, DoorDash themselves do not pay you.
Yeah. Do not think that you are getting a minimum wage job. It is completely based off tips and peak pay.
Well, they'll throw in like a little bit of money too.
Every once in a great while, but not really.
But DoorDash themselves do not pay you. It is completely off the tip. So yes, you can feasibly do this full time, but it's not exactly recommended.
And if you end up, if the order ends up getting canceled, you have to cancel the order on your end, and you'll still have to talk to customer support.
And you still have to talk to customers.
Which is no big deal. They're really nice people. I don't have a complaint about it. I mean, except for just when the businesses are closed, it kind of gets annoying.
And with that, I wish that DoorDash actually did pay us a little more, because I feel like the Dashers are already out here doing this much work.
Me and Christian was just discussing this last night. I think that how much the order is, let's say the order is $30, I think we should get at least $25.
Yeah, like half of it or something like that.
Plus the tip to drive. Because if you think about it, we are taking the time out of our time to go to these rude companies, a lot of them, to pick up their food and to take it to their house, when they could have went and got it themselves.
And it should not come out of the customer's hands. We're not saying that you should charge the customer more. We're saying that DoorDash as a company should pay the Dashers more. Because yes, we make good money.
And yes, we're our own boss.
But
is it really worth it though?
No, not really. If you
I mean, it's a good side job. I mean, it's a good side job if you're a mom, a single mom or a single dad, and you know, you just want to do something in the afternoon just to get a little extra money in your pocket. You can bring your kids, you can bring anybody you want. I suggest you bring at least another person when you can, because this job can be dangerous by yourself.
Especially at night.
So if you do it by yourself, at least it doesn't hurt to, I'm not saying bring a gun, but if
you have
something, a taser, mace, a knife, things like that.
Like something like this is like $8.
I mean, a taser can range from $8 to $20. Just something to protect yourself with in case of emergencies. Because there are a lot of places they'll take you that looks a lot sketchy. That looks very sketchy. And it's always better to be prepared than not be prepared. And then what? Because, I mean, situations can go from good to horrible in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you know what area you're in. And I'm sure you guys seen that TikTok video where that DoorDash guy witnessed a drive-by. So, not necessarily the safest thing to be doing, but if you're safe and protected and you know that you know the area you're in.
Even if you do, there are a lot of crazy people out in this world anymore nowadays. And it's very sickening. So it's always best to have like a taser or just mace, even if you're 18 or 17, just 17 working a summer job just to make extra cash. I mean, it does not hurt to have a taser.
And I mean, we live in South Carolina. A lot of them already have boot knives. So, I mean, there's always options.
I mean, yeah, there's options. There's ways of doing it. Just
don't be stupid.
Yeah, just don't be stupid. Be prepared. Always keep extra napkins. We learned that yesterday. And just be careful about it. It's never, it's not bad to be over-prepared. No matter what, it's never bad to be over-prepared. Because, I mean, there's instances where you can go from really good to horrible in 5 seconds. And it ruins everything.
So just always stay vigilant and stay prepared. But that's going to do it for today's video. Figured I'd talk to you guys a little bit about DoorDash and stuff like that, what all goes into it. We are going to make that video. We're going to make a top 5 worst experiences. That way you guys know what happened. I might even throw in a bonus, that car accident. Insane.
Yeah.
I might even throw that one in.
I wish we had pictures, because that was
insane. Like,
horrible.
I can recreate it with editing, but
there's no way of recreating it with editing. It was just so bad.
Just show a picture of a car being wrecked. There you go.
No, there's little fender benders, and then there's an accident.
Oh yeah, we saw the accident part of it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. I am Rebel Beats. Cut. All right, I'm Rebel Beats. Just say who you are.
Nut job.
Okay, and we're out. Bye, guys. Can you say bye?
Wobble dee wobble dee wobble.